Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube channel video. I'm losing my voice today already, that's not good. Today we are going to be talking about an overcoming anxiety technique that we use in NLP. This has been a game changer for me because it actually tells the subconscious that we can be safe, and we want to use this technique when we have an event, when we have a moment or a situation that's coming up that is bringing on a lot of anxiety. Now, anxiety is essentially us living in the future. We're thinking about the what ifs and what could potentially go wrong. And actually, it means that we spend a lot of time thinking about what could happen and living like that has already happened. And then we go to the event and have even more anxiety. So technically, we're living it twice. We're living more anxiety, more stress, more overwhelm than we actually need to. And what it is because we are fearing that event or fearing the worst case scenario happening. It might be situations where you are worrying about the worst case scenario happening. So your brain goes into, well, what if something bad happens? Mine used to be actually feeling trapped. What if I can't get out of this situation? Or what about if I let people down? I'd be thinking about all the worst case scenarios in every moment, every part of the event, every part of the situation. I'd be thinking about every single worst case scenario. So this would happen weeks before. It might even have been when I was going on holiday. Holidays were very overwhelming for me. So I would actually think about worst case scenario of every aspect of that holiday, not just the holiday, but the plane, the airport, the holiday, then coming back. And it was just awful. And I experienced so much physical illness because of this anxiety as well. In today's video, I'm going to be showing this anxiety technique to remove it, so actually you can start to enjoy things, start to feel safe. What this technique actually does is help the subconscious to feel safe in these moments. The mind is like a muscle. The more we work it, the stronger it becomes, okay? So the more you do this technique, the stronger you will be able to move through anxiety, the stronger or easier it's going to become for you to feel safe in these situations. So I'd 100% doing this more than once, especially when you've got an event coming up like a meeting or holiday or something that is bringing you a lot of anxiety. So what we are going to do next is a visualization. It's an NLP technique. So I want you to make sure that you are in a comfy area or space, somewhere that you're not going to get distracted, somewhere that you can be alone, and somewhere that you can fully relax. If you want to lay down, you can, or if you want to sit on the sofa or sit down, that is absolutely fine. Just somewhere where you can be completely yourself and relax. Okay, before we get started, what I want you to firstly do is write down this situation. Just to explain a little bit about what it is, where you're going, why it's making you feel anxious, and write down all of the what ifs, all of the things that you're thinking about that is the worst case scenario. Just write them down on a bit of paper. Just summarize that. You don't have to do it while you're listening to this. Just pause this video, write it down, and just make it really clear about what your fear is, why you're worried about this, and what you want to happen as well. Okay, so we're going to move into the technique now, and what I want you to do is just find that comfy place, get into that area, and I want you to take a couple of deep breaths, okay? So we're going to just take a couple of deep breaths in, through the nose, and out through the mouth. And on that out breath, I want you to really relax the body. We can close our eyes now, and as we do, I want you to relax all of the muscles in your body. Imagine like the muscles are just melting into the bed or the chair that you're on. Just really relax. And if you've got any tight areas, any areas of the body that are tight, just breathe some air into those areas. And what I want you to do is close your eyes. And I want you to come above this present moment right now. Come above this moment and visualize yourself looking down at this present moment right now. I want you to see your timeline, see your past memories, see your future, and see the present moment. You can see this timeline. I want you to look above the present moment from a bird's eye view right now. You can see your past, you can see your present in the elevated position that you're in. And I want you to float along your timeline into the future. Into the future, the time that represents this event happening. The event that creates this anxiety for you, I want you to move towards that moment in your future. And I want you to keep moving along your timeline until you're floating above the area, which represents a successful completion of this event. So the event is done at this point. Move towards the future where you've done the event that is bringing you the anxiety and it is completed. And I want it to be roughly around 30 minutes after the event has ended and you are very, very happy with how it went. I want you to go towards that part of your timeline where you've completed the event and you are extremely happy about how the event has gone. 30 minutes after the event. And what I want you to do is I want you to float down and fully associate into this moment. So I want you to float down into this moment where you've achieved the event, you're really, really happy with how it went, and I want you to associate in this moment. What does this moment look like? Where are you? Imagine what you're going to be doing after this event has completed, 30 minutes after, and what can you see? What's around you that you can see at this moment? Where are you? What's around you at this point? What can you hear in this moment? Are there people around you? Is it just you? Where are you and what can you hear? So visualize the surroundings, hear the audio around you, whether it's people talking, whether it's the birds singing, whatever you hear around you. Now I want to ask you what you can feel. The event that's making you anxious is now successfully completed. It went really, really well. It's 30 minutes after the event. What can you feel in your body now? What emotions do you have? What can you see around you? What can you hear? And what can you feel? What emotion can you feel in this moment? And where can you feel that in the body? And I want you to ask yourself, what is there to learn in this moment? What have you learned? How well did it go? What do you now know? If your past self was here right now and still feeling anxious about this event, what would you like to say to them? This version of you has completed the event, has successfully completed the event, and feels happy. What would you tell your past self at this moment? What does your past self need to know? And what can we learn from this moment? What do we need to know? What do we need to take back with us to past self that hasn't completed the event? Just take your time with this and just take a couple of deep breaths. Stay in this moment where you have completed the event, you feel happy, it's been successful. You can see what's around you, you can hear what's around you, and you can feel. What can you feel? And what have you learned from this moment? What would you say to your past self in this future place where you have successfully completed the event? Now I want you to take all of this knowledge, all of this wisdom, all of this experience and advice, and float back towards the part of your timeline that represents the present moment. I want you to look down at the present moment and imagine yourself sending down all of this knowledge, wisdom, experience, and advice. Send it back to your present moment self. And when you're ready, I want you to come down to this present moment, open your eyes, and I want you to remind yourself of everything that you've learned in that moment. We've seen future you complete the event. We've learned what you needed to tell your past self, what you achieved, how successful it's been. And I want you to write down all of the learnings and everything that you've taken, the advice, the wisdom from doing this technique. Write it down and remember that. Remind yourself of how it feels after the event, what you're proud of, how it felt, what you could see, and do this daily. Build up the safety in your subconscious that this event is going to be successful, that you are going to be able to be there for yourself, and you have learned so much from doing this. So hopefully this technique has been useful, but like I say, it is really important. It's like a muscle. Our subconscious, to feel safe, has to complete, when you're at the gym and you're building your biceps, or you're building your squat strength, or even you're running on the treadmill and you're doing running, it takes consistency to be able to build whatever you're building, whether it's strength, whether it's fitness. And it's the same with safety in your subconscious mind. Right now, you have anxiety about this event because you're scared of what might happen and it doesn't feel safe. So here with this technique, we are building safety in the subconscious mind so that when you go to this event, you're already feeling relaxed and safe because you know it's going to go well. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you want to find out any more information about working with me one-to-one, I'm an NLP practitioner and I help people who have anxiety. I've had anxiety or had anxiety for 15 years. I tried therapy, I tried medication, I had tried everything. But nothing transformed me like reprogramming my mind with NLP practices. So this stuff really works because we're training the subconscious, we're reprogramming the subconscious mind because that's where the anxiety comes from. So if you want any more information, I will put that in the description, or you can pop me a follow on Instagram. I think my handle is Ashley Anxiety Coach. I've changed it recently. So it's Ashley Anxiety Coach now. If you have any questions, just pop me a message on there. I hope this has been useful and I'll see you in the next video.